Hi, and welcome to this week's Stalking the Wild Autoharp, where I want to talk to you about an exercise that I've developed for developing greater accuracy. And there's nothing, this exercise is not a big secret. You're going to find this maybe with just about every Autoharp teacher out there, but it's a great thing for you to practice to get more accuracy, especially in your melody playing. And that's what a lot of people want to move on to in their Autoharp experience, is playing melody and doing it so that you can really hear the melody coming out, like in the example that I just played, which was, what was it? St. Anne's Reel. St. Anne's Reel what? St. Anne's Reel, never mind. Anyway, this is a little exercise that is based on playing 1, 3, 5, 3, 1 in each chord, and then playing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 scale. Now I know what you're saying to yourself. You're going, exercises, do I gotta exercise? I just want to have fun. Here is what I recommend to all my students. I teach many students every week, and I always tell them, what I do is I talk about this part of your practice world and this part of your playing world. Your practice world, just do this 5-10 minutes. You don't want to overload yourself in the woodshed. I call this the woodshed. That's where you kind of whack things into shape, and you practice intensively on some exercises to develop your technique, and then go out and play. And by playing, I mean play. Have fun, play your songs, and what you will find out is that if you practice in the woodshed for your 10 minutes a day, and then go out and play, you're going to find what you do over here starts sneaking into what you do over here through muscle memory. And that's the idea. You don't want to do too many exercises all the time, because then you get this whole paradigm going of playing the Autoharp is hard work. It's boring. So just work in the discipline shack for a little bit, and then go out and play, okay? So let's talk about this exercise, okay? When you are playing a chord, you're playing several notes that are stacked up on top of each other. And one of those notes in your chord is the root. And one is the third, and one is the fifth. Now if it's a seventh chord, you've got a fourth note in there. And we're not going to talk about that today. We're just going to use major chords, okay? So in this case, C major we're going to start with, okay? Now it's important to learn on your Autoharp approximately where your middle C is, okay? And on my harp, I'm playing a Daigle Autoharp, by the way. On my Daigle Autoharp, I know that my C is right there. Oh good, I hit it. I know that my C is right there because I know where it lies approximately over my sound hole. So I can always hit it right there. And in my C chord, middle C is the root, C. And then there's the third and the fifth. All right? And when you play root, third, and fifth in that order, you will get a little melody that goes, Michael row, Michael row the boat. Now, if I were to play the third and the fifth, and then the root, I'd get, and that's not Michael row, it's Michael row. So that's not the tune I want. I want Michael row, and that's part of this exercise, is playing your chord notes in that order, root, third, fifth. So then, after you've played, then come back down. Na 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 na. Okay? And then play your little scale from 1 to 5 and back to 1. Just like your chord went 1, 3, 5. Now you're going to go run from 1 to 5 in a scale. And you can do that all with your C and your G7, or your 1 chord and your 5/7 chord, and go da 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 da. Just by, I call it toggling. Da 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 da. C, G7, C, G7, C, G7, C, G7, C. Okay? And so the whole little exercise goes like this. Like that. Now, let me do a little sidebar here, okay? Sidebar. Accuracy in autoharp playing is not about getting down with a little microscopic pick and plucking one string. It's actually kind of sloppy, because here's the deal. When you play an autoharp and you pluck across about 4 strings, only one of them is usually going to be a live ringing string. The others are going to be damped by your felts. And so you can strum across all those, and it only sounds one note. And so this is the beauty of it. Sloppy makes a more accurate sound. If you're getting down and trying to be microscopic about plucking one note, you're going to struggle with it and you're going to give up. But you can be a little bit sloppier and strike zones. And this exercise teaches you how to do zones and just how much your hand needs to move to do chords which leap 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, and scales which climb 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's the muscle memory you're learning. Okay, I'm going to go back in to the exercise now. All right, so back from the sidebar. So you're going to start this exercise in C, for example. But then what I want you to do is I want you to start climbing through your majors. And you can do that in 2 different ways. You can go to the next major, which is just 1 notch up. For example, from C major to D major. And then repeat it. And then to your next major, which might be E, if you've got it. I have it. Or maybe it's E flat. Or maybe it's F. So basically, you're moving your hand around to catch the next alphabet letter up, if you got, okay? From C to D, from D to E, from E to F, from F to G, from G to A, from A to B or B flat, you know, depending on the chords that you've got. So you're gradually going up, and here's a great little cheater for you. You ready for this? To cheat, what you do, you're going to have to move your hand from C to D, and to do that you got to skip over a few. You got to skip over the G, you know, and then you're going to go maybe to the E, so you're going to skip another couple, and then up to the F, which is way up here, etc., etc. So this hand's got to jump around, okay? Granted, maybe you don't have that memorized yet. No worries, okay? But because you've just played C here, keep your finger parked there like a pointer. Don't take it away and go, where am I going? Because then you got to find your place again. Instead, keep your finger parked there and go ahead and look down, find your next chord, and then play it in D. And D is just a little hair up from C. So you go here. And then say you're looking for E. Okay, now let's say you're looking for F, because more people are going to go looking for F now. So you go to F, keep your finger there, move your finger up to F. In my case, it's this top one up here, and then this goes up just a little bit more. Whoops. Okay, so basically you're going to do this climbing thing. Now if you ever get too high, you can come back down an octave. To come down an octave, you want to move down about 4 inches. All right, so that's this whole exercise. This exercise develops all these different things at once. It develops your ear. As a matter of fact, develop your ear even better. If you're a singer or you want to sing, then go ahead and play a chord and sing 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. You got to hear that root. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Then pick another one. 1, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. See, I shook on it a little bit there at the beginning. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Okay, pick another one. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. You got to develop your ear to do that, okay? So if you do the singing part, even better, okay? But it develops your ear for doing that, okay? And it develops your muscle memory, okay? Where's your chords here? And it develops your muscle memory both for leaps, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, and little scale steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right? So you're developing muscle memory, okay? And it helps you remember your chord bar positions. So there's all these different little muscle memory things that are worked out by this little exercise, okay? Now, if you're not a singer, don't worry about that part. Here's how to extend this exercise even further, okay? Practice it first with one finger. Then practice it with your thumb. Because everybody wants to play thumb lead because it's twice as fast and twice as loud. All right? So get it in your thumb to play some melody. All right? Then practice it with walking fingers. Okay? Now if you don't know about walking fingers, I've got that in another video called Stalking the Wild Autoharp Walking Fingers, and it'll teach you how to play melody with 2 fingers, which is faster and smoother than playing pinch, 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 pinch. Okay? So then you can practice doing this. Now what am I doing there? It doesn't show up on the screen too well. That's called thumb lead 2, and I've got a video on that as well. Thumb lead 2 is where you alternate your thumb and your index finger, and you go back and forth like that. You got to get them lined up. I'm not going to teach it in this video, I'm just talking about it here. Or you can do it this way, the upside down way, where you have the thumb on top and your finger down here. I teach both of those in my thumb lead too. By the way, if you are a beginning melody player and you want a closer look at all of this, go over to my website, halweeks.com, because there is a master index to these lessons, and it shows you which are the beginning ones, which are the intermediate ones, which are the melody ones, which are the advanced ones, etc., etc., etc. Kind of help you navigate a little bit, okay? Okay, so I am Hal Weeks. I teach Autoharp lessons both for free here on YouTube. They are supported by my patrons. They go over to patreon.com and they sign up and they kick me a few bucks every month. And if you're interested in doing that, if you're picking up some good pointers off of these video series, I would sure appreciate it if you'd consider going over there and kicking in a few bucks so that I can keep all this going. I am making this video on a brand new camera that I got because my patrons are helping me out and my old camera was dying, and so yes, it really helps a lot. So thank you. I'm going to get down off the soapbox about that. All right, if you're interested in private lessons with me, you can do that right online through Skype, and we can handle that. I've got a number of students every week now that I'm working with, and you can find out about that at my website, halweeks.com. Here's the addresses. This is Patreon. patreon.com/HalWeeks. This is my website, halweeks.com, where you can find the master list to these lessons, and you can find out about my private lessons. All right? So, see if I can pick up the melody for that. Bye-bye. We'll see you next week on Stalking the Wild Autoharp.